Maybe I'll ask you, are you nervous about the upcoming performance?
No, I'm not nervous. I think I'm energized about it.
Okay.
I'm excited about it, and I'm very anticipatory, but not nervous. I'm more ready to get out there and do something with it. When you enter the stage, they tell you to break a leg because you want to break the legs, which are the sides of the theater. They're the curtains.
Not your actual leg.
No, actually, it's not very violent at all. But you enter the stage with such energy that it breaks the legs of the theater.
I didn't ever know that before. We just learned it today.
Well, it's funny, with my stint in theater, my grandmother, she told me, she's like, oh, I'm not going to tell you to break a leg because it's so vulgar.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
Scary.
Right, exactly. So she tells me to shake a leg.
Oh.
Which is cute.
That's fun, yeah.
So that's a little extra fun thing. So in my family, we say shake a leg.
That's awesome. I'll have to remember that for the future.
And you should never say good luck.
No,
It's
that's bad luck.
Exactly. See, you know some things.
Hey,
Well, you are a language arts teacher.
I am a language arts teacher, yes.
Right.
So Shakespeare is essential.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's
Yeah,
also a genre.
It is, yeah.
Explain that to
Both.
me.
Well, Shakespeare is so responsible for our language, for the way that we talk to each other, for drama, for plays, the world we've constructed around language. He's
Right.
so essential to that he is a genre. Shakespearean sonnets are a thing.
Right.
He took Italian sonnets and made them Shakespearean. So, he really is his own self. I think he contributed thousands of words to the English language. So,
Do you have, off the top of your head, any words that he...
oh gosh, that's a hard question.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know, but one of my most fun things to do with kids is to take, they give you these sort of like columns of words, and they're Shakespearean words, and you put them together to make Shakespearean insults, and
Oh, yes.
just let them throw them at each other, and they're so much fun because they have it's like, you're a hairy wart toad or something, and
Right.
they just say that to each other and run around, and
I'm
it's
not
great.
about to bite my thumb at you.
Okay, please don't.
That was the nerdiest joke I think I've said today.
We'll keep it between us.
Okay, cool. Well, as you know, there is a production of Julius Caesar coming through.
Yes, we're very
Espanola.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your students that you are bringing, have they had any interaction with Julius Caesar before?
No, this will be a first for them.
Oh, wow,
Complete
exciting.
first, yeah.
Yeah.
They even asked me today, who's Caesar? And I'm like, don't you know history? Okay, let's rewind.
Right, yeah.
Step one, Rome. Right.
Picture it now.
Exactly.
And as far as your students coming into this sort of dry with the Shakespeare, I don't know if I assumed that they haven't.
Pretty
heard this,
dry,
but-
yeah.
Okay,
They,
great.
a little exposure, but
Yeah?
yeah.
Well, that's how
not
it starts,
much.
right?
Yeah, of course. If you gave them Shakespeare, they'd be like, no, no.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's
What-
a lot.
As a teacher, why do you feel that Shakespeare is intimidating?
Well, obviously the language convention is so different. He sounds different than we sound. We can't even, and part of the problem is a barrier because actors and reading are two very different things.
Right.
You can make me understand with your body language, with the way that it's performed, with the way you look at each other, but that's not on the page.
Right.
I have to know a lot to be able to get that off the page. So for students to see a performance, I think is an incredible opportunity.
Right. It informs it differently.
Completely, yeah,
Yeah.
because it just sounds strange to us. We don't read it right in the first place.
Right.
We're not using the right kind of rhythm that Shakespeare wrote intentionally. We don't know what that sounds like, so we make it sound really wrong.
So, with this production coming through, that we're all very excited about, I think it would be sort of amiss to not talk about the significance of the piece itself,
Okay.
of Julius Caesar in a time of political uprising,
Completely. Mhm.
right? And sort of, I'll just throw this out there, where I think the younger people in our society right now, I feel, are struggling to have their voice heard.
Completely, yeah.
Do you feel that this piece sort of will help them, has the potential to help them feel that they do have a voice?
That's a great question. I think it's a very relevant piece. There is a lot of upheaval in our society right now, in politics right now. There's a lot of backbiting and,
Right.
all of that kind of stuff that's happening in Julius Caesar is still pretty relevant today. So
Right.
maybe for them they might see it as distant, but
Mm-hmm.
I think they can maybe hear echoes of this is what's happening in the world today, this is what's going on, and this is how it could go if we don't figure out what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I heard it's the 400th annual, well, no, fourth. So I hear it's the
400th anniversary of his death.
right?
Yes.
So he's been dead for 400 years.
400 years, and we're still talking about him.
In being relevant, in
Yeah,
fact.
completely.
I think that's amazing.
It is amazing.
And yeah, I think it's the bee's knees. That's a 20s term. I think that's after Shakespeare.
A little.
So, as I'm trying to think of other questions. Do you have any questions for the theater company?
I think it would be great to know why you chose Julius Caesar. Why that play?
Well, I personally didn't choose it.
Why
Well-
the theater company chose Julius Caesar?
I feel I think they understood that it is the celebration of Shakespeare's death, so let's do this sort of idea.
Okay.
A lot of the actors are trained Shakespearean actors, and they feel comfortable with it, which within the acting world itself, it's still very daunting.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of responsibility.
Completely.
But the funny thing is, when you just allow the words to happen, the acting happens naturally. There's sort of a saying, there's easy scripts and hard scripts. There's no bad scripts, or there aren't any good scripts. They're
Okay.
just easy.
Or more difficult.
Exactly.
Okay.
And Shakespeare is on the easier end of scripts.
I don't ever think of Shakespeare as easy.
Right? It's sort of counterintuitive because it's that blockage
Yeah.
that we're talking about.
Completely,
It's,
yeah.
It's the memorizing the words because it was his art, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were the words. And so once you get those down, the intentions, the motivations,
All comes with it.
It's part of it. The
Interesting.
rhythms that we talked about.
I think it's partly knowing the story. Most of the
Mm-hmm.
time we look at it and we're like, I don't understand what this says. Okay, moving on. Where's the spark notes, right?
Right.
That's
What is he trying to say? What is it? What is the meaning behind all this? What do you mean?
when students watch Shakespeare, it's a whole different experience than when we just try and read it because they really can see what's happening in the play and they figure out what all those words mean by the way that people interact with each other. It's pretty amazing.
And we talked about insults and being able to hear something that you wouldn't think of it as an insult, but
Yeah.
the way it's sent out,
You
you're going,
know it's an insult.
oh no,
Ouch.
right? No, you didn't. But yeah, I think it's a. I just lost all train of thought. So the production is going to be happening February 10th,
Right.
right? And how many students are you anticipating bringing?
We're bringing about 45, 44.
Oh, that is
something like
great.
that. Yeah, hopefully.
Right? And how much did this cost the school?
Just the cost of the bus to get here, so not very much.
Right.
Luckily, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Or
wonderful.
it'd be a no.
Right, exactly, because everyone's hurting.
Yes, and we're a charter school, so it's even more so. We don't have a drama program, we don't have a music program, we don't have.
Right.
So the only way we get that is to access it through the community, and if it costs us money, then it's a no. So
Right.
it was when they said free, I was like, sign me up.
Let's do this.
Absolutely.
Right. Duke City Repertory Theater, they do a really great job at being able to access their communities. Their mission is to serve the audience.
I'm really glad they're coming to Espanola because this is a very underserved community. They just don't get exposure to all the things that are out there.
Right. I think we're forgotten a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was important to bring them here.
For sure.
And they are a beautiful theater company. All the actors are really great, very talented, accomplished people, on top of being good people.
Cool.
So I'm excited to have a hand in bringing them in. And as a board member, I'm very proud to support them in any way I can, and support the communities that we all live in.
Yeah, we just hope you come more often.
Hopefully, but yet again, fingers crossed. It'd be nice if we can continue to create the partnerships that we've
Yeah,
had.
that would be great for us.
Yeah, and we have two other smaller theater companies in town. We have Espanola Main Street Theater, and we have Moving Arts Espanola. And what I've found to be very interesting in my experience outside of Espanola is when theater companies can get together and sort of unite their energies.
Collaboration.
Collaboration.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Theater itself is a ensemble art. So you need several cogs to make anything happen.
Sure, even a one-man play's got to have someone at the
Yeah.
curtain and someone watching sound and
Someone taking tickets.
someone making a program, the whole thing, right?
It takes a valley.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful thing. So being able to include these students into it and show them that they are a relevant piece of that puzzle is also a huge part of it.
I agree.
So how did you find your passion into the language of
My
arts?
passion.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I just threw that out there.
Ooh, passion. Actually, my degree is in creative writing.
Oh,
that's
great.
that's where my love is. So,
Creative.
yeah. I mean, drama is a natural extension of that. So, you can't get a job with a creative writing degree. I don't know if you've tried. It's not so easy.
No.
So then I pursued teaching, and that's what brought me to teaching language arts, because I want people to understand the power that's language. That opens so many doors. You can access any world through language. So that's where I'm at.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, where are you from?
Well, that's a complicated question.
Okay, where are you coming from?
So I grew up mostly in Edgewood, but then I also lived in Michigan, so I have
Wonderful.
like this combined background.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, I feel the Valley is very happy to have you.
Oh,
and
thanks.
it's a joy to have great minds like yours to
Oh, well,
be
thank you.
nurturing the young people coming up.
I am enjoying being here. It's different.
It is. It is. It's a lovely place to be. It has its challenges, but everywhere does. That's one of the things that I keep going back to.
Absolutely. And I think it's just about opening those doors so that the kids here do see that there is more than this out there, and you can go out into the world and bring that back with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is, it's literally what we're doing with this theater company. They're
Yeah.
bringing it here
Bring it here.
to share this knowledge. And so I think it's a lovely thing that we're able to do this.
I agree.